everybody, Lauren O'Quinn here with Trajectory on Location. Sitting down with me now is Alex Fox, Executive Vice President of Business Development, Sales, and Marketing at Hawkeye 360. Hi Alex, how are you?
I'm well, thank you.
Welcome. The field of space-based RF GEOINT is relatively new. Could you describe what Hawkeye 360 does?
Hawkeye 360 collects and delivers RF data and analytics to our customers to help answer key intelligence questions. And this includes tipping and queuing ISR assets when we detect activity on the ground to better and more effectively utilize other assets for monitoring fleeting activities on the surface of the Earth. We do this by using our existing and growing constellation of satellites to collect radio frequencies from 144 megahertz up to 18 gigahertz so that we can detect, identify, characterize, and geolocate RF emitters on the surface of land and sea. With that information, we use it to provide key insights to our clients so they can better understand the activities and anticipate and determine what actions they should take to make more informed decisions to drive those outcomes.
That's fascinating. What types of global challenges are you seeking to address?
We're working to identify illicit activities such as illegal fishing, border activities such as drug smuggling, a lot of the aggressive behaviors by China and the militarization of the South China Sea, and a lot of their tensions with their neighbors like India regarding border disputes to provide key insights on those efforts. An increasing number of GPS interference activities on the land and the sea, and then a lot of global maritime activities where folks are conducting an increasing number of covert activities to hide their behaviors, to include the Arctic.
Now, you recently had some exciting announcements. Could you tell us about these developments and what they mean for the future of Hawkeye 360?
Yeah, the announcements are really about Hawkeye executing on our business plan. We have been working aggressively to build all the foundational things that support our growth. So a lot of things that you've seen recently is about establishing, transitioning our test and evaluation programs into programs of record so that we can have the foundational contracts in place to scale and supporting key clients like NGA and the NRO on their missions, as well as a lot of our international clients who are allies of the United States, and helping to provide them greater insights because many of them lack an indigenous capability for ISR overhead capabilities tied to collecting RF emissions.
So what milestones are next for Hawkeye 360?
So the milestones next for us is really about scalability. So we launched our Pathfinder satellite in 2018 to prove out the capability. And now we're working to scale and get the capacity that we need to meet the customer's demands. So most of the things we're doing today is getting more of our clusters on orbit. We have 10 funded clusters. Each cluster is 3 satellites so that we can do frequency and time differential triangulation to get the location information. And then finding ways by working closely with our clients on how do we continue to innovate and introduce new capability to meet their increasing needs as new weapon systems and new activities and patterns of life are identified. How can we keep evolving rapidly to stay ahead of that curve so they can be able to be more responsive to anticipate and respond to these potential threats.
Now, you were recently awarded a contract with the National Geospatial Intelligence Agency. Can you tell us about how your data helps support national security needs?
The value that we provide is there's a insatiable appetite for global ISR, and the demand just cannot be met today with the existing system. So it's working with our clients to see what missions we can augment and what missions they may be able to feel comfortable outsourcing to a commercial company as we have our supply chain of data increase. The other value is a lot of folks don't have security clearances or don't have high enough security clearances for a lot of the national data today. So having unclassified shareable data to expand in how we support the defense and intelligence community, as well as our partners and allies around the globe. And then today's system, because there's this big demand and the resources are not there to meet that demand, it's being able to provide assured access so folks can come to us and specify the parameters they need for revisit, collection, the signals they want, and we enter into these service level agreements that allow them to know that they're going to get the data when they want it at the frequency that they need it. Developing our system to use open standards because you got to look at these problems holistically. There's buying the data, and then what's the cost of integrating it into your architecture. So because we use open standards, it's really easy for customers not to make big investments into taking our data, working into the same workflow so that their customers are able to use it as they do today, and it's just an enhancement to the capacity they can deliver to their clients. And then the point, like we mentioned earlier, is working with clients so that we can introduce new capability. As you know, many space programs today take years to put in place, and with the increasing demand to be more relevant to the tactical warfighter, how can we innovate and introduce new capabilities much faster?
Wow, great information. Alex, it's so nice to meet you. Thanks for stopping by our studio today for a visit.
No, thank you. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.